I need to set them up. Let's go.
I see a lot of people that just want to get their arms around what's going on.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times one of the two spouses handles that by default. Many times it's a guy. I don't know why, but that's what happens. And so I think both spouses need to know what's going on in their retirement accounts, especially, but every account. And you need to learn. Don't just ask your spouse. Learn why your spouse is selecting what they're selecting, so that if your spouse isn't here, you can still go forward and not be intimidated. All right. So we spend a lot of time with folks like this, especially divorcees or whatever. So we're getting them right on the back on the track.
I need a concierge service. Do you handle that?
Oh yeah.
I got enough going on.
We have a private wealth division for $10 million and up too. But what I spend my time most of the time on our second floor, which is for anyone who wants to get started with a plan, has a plan they're not sure of, had a plan with an advisor they don't really trust anymore, or losing money, whatever.
Yeah.
Or getting close to retirement and realizing your planner never put together for you a retirement plan. If you look at all your statements and you don't see here's what your monthly income will be in retirement forever, in other words, can't go away, you don't have a true retirement plan. And most of you listening don't. If you have a 401k, you don't have a retirement plan. You have a building instrument that's building money up for retirement, but it's not a retirement plan.
So, Coach, most people are just saving money.
Yep.
Building up, like you said, that instrument. They got that 401k, they're building up, but they're not seeing a growth on their statement every month that their money's not making money.
Yeah. Well, if you don't really have a true retirement lifetime income plan, in other words, getting income for life when you retire, not dependent on the stock market, it's almost like building a gigantic skyscraper, but not having any furniture in it. You're building, but you don't really have that income. The income is the only thing that's going to get you through retirement. Social Security, that's income retirement, but you have to have some more. So your 401k, we need to translate what kind of lifetime income you can get from that lump sum in that big skyscraper account you have called a 401k. It's protected and taken care of and have no worries as they approach retirement and go into retirement. We call that the financial red zone. So if you're in that financial cost or obligation.
For questions and answers. This is fun. It's been women and money. If I say it too fast, I think women in money. But we're going to talk about some financial challenges that each of us have had. I have Miss Jana, Miss Amanda, I'm Jackie, and Coach Pete. Yay, Coach Pete.
Hello.
It's going well, don't you think? What a fun series.
Really fun. A guy can't complain when he's surrounded by three beautiful women.
Aww. Flattery gets you everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah. Flattery gets you everywhere, and confidence in money gets you a long way. I think as I get older, I get a little bit more confident in it, and kind of wrapping up like what we talked about. It's just the hard stuff is what I call it. These are the hard things that you have to face through the stages, and you just have to. You have to approach it. You have to hit it dead on and handle it. And once you handle it, you check in with Coach Pete once a year to go over your plan. And then your plan is doing its job all by itself.
There's a phrase I use, and when you guys think about it, it'll make sense. Confidence with evidence.
Oh.
So my clients are confident because we have evidence.
Yeah.
The evidence is they have a total retirement plan. They've got their long-term care taken care of. They've got all their bills paid for. They've got their estate plan handled. That's confidence, and they have the evidence. So confidence with evidence. And once you get that into that level, you're fine. And you're bulletproof almost, emotionally at least. If we can make your money bulletproof, your emotions get bulletproof too.
Even better.
Sure.
Yeah.
Confidence with evidence.
That takes care of Amanda's anxiety.
Yeah.
Yes. We can put together. We're going to work with you. We'll get you all set. We got that wedding to plan now. We're not going to get in the way. We'll let you spend what you need to spend.
Yeah.
After that, we've got to roll our sleeves up.
Buckle down.
So you got to have some fun in life. If you never have fun, then what are you here? So you got to have some fun, have some goals, but just know I'm glad that you feel a little guilty about spending too much money on the wedding, because that's a good mentality. If you don't care and you're just getting the credit cards out, you're going to have to answer to them down the road. So
yeah, that's true.
Let's put a plan together. We'll be all right. You'll be okay.
Ladies, I was wondering if I could ask you both, do you feel some regret that you didn't know this stuff before you started working with Coach Pete a little bit?
I do.
You're still young, though.
I know, but where does this leave me?
Yeah. I think it's hard because I grew up with friends who their parents had it figured out. Like I learned about a Roth IRA from a girlfriend of mine's dad when I was 18 years old. I'm like, what is a Roth? And then I started doing research, and they were trying to tell me this. My parents didn't know anything about that. They were check to check, barely graduated, just working as hard as they could to keep a roof over our heads. So we didn't have those conversations at the dinner table when I was growing up. So I think the hard part was knowing like, oh gosh, at the time when I started my Roth, it was, I had to put 4,000 in a year and,
Fantastic.
and max it out. So it was like, that's a lot of money at that age. But, you know, I just worked hard every month to divide it out and to max it out and said that was what I was going to do. But I think my regret is not sharing that information with other people coming up, because you just don't know what you don't know. And you don't also know if they're going to receive it from somebody your age. Like,
That's
are they
so
going to
true.
listen to you? You know, I
We're
don't
putting
know.
together a course now. It's going to be a bunch of different pieces, but it's
Yeah.
going to be grade school, middle school, high school.
Oh, I love that.
college.
Or
Wow.
lawyer or surgeon or something to be able to afford this. And I think
Wow.
lawyer or surgeon or something to be able to afford this. And I think that kids these days don't know where the money comes from, how the money gets spent,
True.
and
Yeah.
just what it takes to live. And I think, so to wrap it up, and what I was trying to say is the regret I have is not being harder on being more of a friend than a coach to the younger people in my life.
Yeah, but we're going to make it easier with that series. We're going to
Let's
come out
go.
with a workbook series for
But I
different
feel
ages.
you on will they listen to you. I feel like even in broadcasting, you know, in general, and being in radio and having blonde hair, they never listen to me. They think, you know.
Absolutely.
Well, I get the
It's
feeling people don't. I get the
tricky.
feeling people don't
Can
listen to me
confirm,
sometimes
yeah.
too on air.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
our points of relative.
bothered with the details. I really don't.
Just handle it.
I, you
And
know,
I have a lot of clients like that, Jana. They just want it done.
Yeah, I want it done, and I
Yep.
control so many different things in my life and my career. When it comes to this, I defer to the expert. I can't be an expert in everything, like you can't be in everything, but you are an expert in this.
I don't repair
And
my own cars anymore.
Yeah,
No.
and I trust you. And so I think that was, I wish I had done my research earlier, and
Yeah.
it wasn't to educate myself on where to put my money and what to do. My education earlier would have been find a partner.
Yeah. Well, that's right. It's somebody you can trust, a teammate.
Somebody you
Yeah,
could trust,
yeah.
where I knew
Yes.
let's check in once a year or twice a year
Yeah.
or whatever the thing is, because
It's to start a 401k, start your retirement plan. It's to start a 401k, start your retirement plan,
Yeah.
start your long-term care plan, start something today. Don't wait till next year, because next year might not come, and if it does, it might not be the best circumstances. So let's get things done now while the water's calm,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
you guys, I want to know from each one of you the financial challenges you've had or faced over the years and how you overcome it.
Oh, go ahead, Jana.
So what about you? How did you overcome your financial? What were they, and how did you overcome
you
them?
need a minute. I've got the worst one. Yours
ahead.
can't be worse than mine.
Go ahead.
Can.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I
Mine, I
racked
mean.
up a horrific amount of credit card debt, and I was in my 20s, and I, like, you know, we already said I'm living the high life here, and I was wearing the clothes and the shoes, and it was a fraud because it was all mounted on a credit card, and I didn't pay the balance when it came. I didn't even. I mean, I paid the minimum, and that accrued. I mean, it just racked up. And one day, I remember opening the thing, and I would have anxiety, and I looked at that number, and it was a 5-figure, and it was a big number.
It's like getting a report
and
card
I
in the
remember
mail.
thinking,
Yes.
oh my God, this is half of my income. What am I going to do? And it's, you know, I'm getting a chill because American Express basically called me and was like, do you have any scissors?
Yeah, cut the card.
Cut it up. But that was my biggest
Wow.
wobble and embarrassment. And I didn't tell anybody because I was so mortified that I had let it get out of control that I didn't want to call Jackie and say, hey, I know you're smart about this stuff. I didn't want to admit it to anybody. I wanted it to die and go away.
What
Wow.
lesson did you learn from that?
Holy cow, if I can't afford to pay this credit card off this month, don't buy it.
Yeah,
If I couldn't
that's
pay it in
great.
cash, I can't pay it on
Yep.
credit card.
Great lesson to learn. And I don't think you should extend a car loan any longer than 4 years, by the way.
I
People are
agree
doing
with
5,
that.
6, 7,
Yeah.
8 years.
Oh,
That's
72
crazy.
months.
So really, if you can't afford to pay cash for it, you really can't afford the car. But
Yeah.
but my max loan's always been 3 years. 3 years.
Yeah.
Because that's bad enough, right? But
Yeah.
you see some of the folks, they're on their 4th car after they started buying overpriced cars, and they would drive for 2 years and then trade it in for another car.
Roll that
So now
negative
that
equity.
4th car has a value, let's say, of $60,000. Yet their loan they owe is $80,000 because
Oh,
it's
boy.
all
So
the
you're
other
paying
bills
all
on the
the
cars on there. So
depreciation.
be very careful about toys. Toys can get you in a lot of trouble, especially expensive man toys, we call them, like
I was
cars.
about to say, they think
but
toys
women
are for
fall
the
for that
boys,
too.
but
Yeah.
But clothes for women, makeup,
it's
clothes,
true.
bags.
Shoes.
Yeah.
You know, we all, I have a daughter. I know she's 20, so I know exactly what you guys are falling for. And don't feel bad because Madison Avenue spends millions of dollars a day to get you to do the bad things you're doing.
No.
I was
So the
influenced.
secret is, my mom taught me this a long time ago. When we go in the store, we didn't have much money. She said, keep in mind, little Peter, little Pete. She said, Petey, what she's calling me, Petey, is you have the money and the stores are trying to steal it from you.
Oh,
So she
I
said
like
that.
that. She's smart
And we
with
go
money
in the
in her
store,
pocket.
and I still remember that because your money goes, what? Well, you ever broke a $100 bill before? How fast does it
gone.
disappear?
It is gone.
So money goes a lot faster. How
Once
long
it's
did it take
broke.
to get that $100 bill? A lot
Yes.
longer than it took to lose it, right? You go to McDonald's a couple times, the $100 bill's gone these days. So be very careful about how you spend it. But Janet, you learned your lesson. And
was
so
a hard
then
one,
when
yeah.
you got, so you probably your credit had to recover a little bit after you
You
paid the
bet it
bill off.
did.
Your credit score went down, but now you build your credit back up. And
Yep.
when you charge something now, what do?
Pay it off,
Pay
as,
it
soon
off.
as soon as the bill
Pay
comes.
it off. See, I think it's
get your points.
Wall Street Journal called me the credit card king in 2012. They wrote an article about me because I said I like to charge a lot, but I pay it off at the end of each month, and therefore your credit score gets higher and higher.
That's the tricky
and you get more
part.
rewards points. So
There
you can
you
be a
go.
credit card queen
Yeah.
by charging but paying off.
Yeah.
Charge it, pay it off. I remember the old Flintstones episode. Betty and Wilma got credit cards, and I remember them saying, "Charge it!" They run to the store, and then Fred and Barney kept getting the bills. So even back on the Flintstones, they were saying, "Don't charge on credit cards."
Oh, that's
All
great.
right. What about you, Jackie? What's the biggest financial challenge you've had? Or are we done with yours? Is there part two for you?
Yeah, I just feel nauseous, so let's move on. Let's
Is
move
there
on.
a part
from
two?
No, there's not.
Okay. So, but you overcame that.
I did, and it hurt so badly that I can feel it all
Hurt
over
so
again.
good, we say.
And I vowed never to go back. So
Somebody
I know
sung a
what you
song
mean.
about that. Hurt
Yeah.
so good. All right. So,
Ah.
Jackie,
Okay.
what was the biggest problem you had or financial challenge you had, and how did you overcome it?
Mine is the saddest story here, probably. But a man of God told me once, "You're here on earth to learn lessons." So I've learned a lot of lessons.
At your own expense sometimes.
That's right. And I married a boy toy a little bit. He was
Oh,
7.5
okay.
years younger, and he did not have very good responsibility around money. The one thing he did teach me, which was good, is that we bought a business.
Oh,
And
what
I
kind
know.
of business did you have?
Bicycle shop.
Oh. Did you sell new ones or did you service old ones?
Oh, all new, you know, the people
The
who were
real fancy- those
retired.
fancy bikes?
bikes, yes, and it was a great
Spent
business.
a lot of money on a bike
Yeah.
these days.
and all that
they're
stuff. But he liked to trade some of the bicycles for other things, and there was a little bit of
Nose candy stuff?
I don't know if it was that or he just wanted to get a new car, and then the mechanic, right? And the
So he's doing a
mechanic
barter
He's
system.
bartering.
Yeah, bartering.
it's called embezzlement, I believe.
Embezzle borrow.
Oh, gosh.
Embezzle barter.
That's right. I just wish I would have known these things and had,
Right.
the separate and had a, you know what I mean? I
Yes.
wish I would have had a partner
how did
too.
you discover-
It's embarrassing to tell someone, parents-in-law,
Gosh.
Michael Jackson and the
How'd you meet
Oxy-
him?
I met him. He was a ski patrolman.
Were you out there skiing? Were you a ski bunny?
Can we make this a whole separate episode? I feel like this needs to be.
insane.
I told you it was going to be the worst story.
Where were you skiing out in the mountains
in
somewhere?
Vail.
Oh, Vail.
Yeah, I worked for a broadcast network, and they allowed me to work in Vail. So
You know what just stuck out to me though is you used the same word I did, that you were so embarrassed. You didn't want anybody to know that you
It's-
had financial
and
issues.
We need to get past that because if other people hear the story, they won't do the same thing
Yes.
hopefully, right?
yeah, but that was a different era. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? This information just wasn't available to me. I wish I
Yeah.
would have. And some of the things that you talk about, this lifetime income and all that, those savings vehicles and distribution vehicles are new and have really neato tires and
Oh, they're
great
great.
bells on the bicycle and ding dong. It's just some bells and whistles that.
Financial products
Yeah.
get better every year, just like new cars do. Like the 2020 car is not as good as the 2025 cars are full of those bells and whistles these days, aren't they? So the financial products are better and better these days too. So if
Right.
you have an older product, 4 years or even 3 years or older, it's time for review because there might be some better ones out there. Plus, a lot of them I've seen lately have a lot of financial termites hidden in there. Those are unnecessary fees, risk,
Oh.
commissions that are embedded into your plan that you can't see. We can see that. So we can do an analysis for you. All right, for you.
Okay. Oh, gosh, there's so many. I think my biggest regret is not having the confidence to ask for a raise, and because you're paying yourself.
Oh.
And I allowed people that have worked for 20 years. I've worked for so many companies, done so many things, sang at the bars in Nashville.
I love the Nashville bar scene.
Yeah,
It's fun. They're
sure.
like different bands everywhere. It's cool.
Real
Yeah.
estate, wholesale. I've worked everywhere. And I just never had, I always was so scared of the backlash or the getting fired. I can remember the anxiety of just like going in and just having the gumption to go in and say, you know what? That raise is going to pay for my retirement. That raise is going to pay for the things that I want to invest in. And I just always thought I couldn't do it. And I finally I just did it. I just started going and saying no. So I don't have that regret. Get what you're owed, y'all, so you can invest that money.
I would say to know your worth. How's
Yeah,
that?
know
your worth.
Yes.
Know your worth because you're worth a lot of money at the place you're at now.
Well, and everybody is. And I think that if you have experience, life experience is enough. You know, I hear some women say to me all the time, well, I've only been at this job 5 years. But I'm like, well, wait a minute. Overall, how long have you been you've been
In
working
this field,
You're
right.
40 or you're 50. Get what you're worth. Don't let them hit you down on that. And then use that money to invest.
Save it. Yeah.
Yes.
Put a plan together, because then you can retire sooner too, if you want to.
Absolutely.
You can either retire sooner or keep working and build up even more money. So that's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
Should I retire
Yes.
now and have a great retirement, or should I work longer and even have an even better retirement? So that's a good decision, A or B, right?
Yeah, A or B.
That's a good A/B decision.
Well, and if they're not paying you enough now and you say, I got to keep the job, then keep burner A on, start cooking on burner B, or burner C and
I
D
like
and
this.
E if you need to, and then figure it out. But don't, keep A going, simmering, but figure out what your options are. You always have options.
I like gas grills too. Gas inside cooking. Now, each one of you's had a situation, and I know everybody watching probably has at least one. So come on in and let's discuss yours, and let's iron that out and get you on that right path.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, we'll see you next time we do a series, folks. This has been a fun series. Thank you.
Yes, thank you
Jenna,
so
thanks
much.
for coming.
It's been
And
so much
Jackie, as
fun.
always, thank you.
Thank you,
We'll
Coach.
see you sometime, folks. Give me a call. Let's get these books in your hand. Let's get knowledge in your hand. And let's, more importantly, let's get your life in your hand.
How much of your Social Security income